Hey everybody, welcome back to the Coach's Desk. I wanted to go over something with you guys real briefly. We got a request after I mentioned foot placement and the proper way to squat, and one of the things that came up was flexibility. Flexibility is, like most things, partially genetic. Some people have a better range of motion naturally than others do, and a lot of it is also based on environment or how we've lived or what we do the majority of the time, how sedentary we are, how we sleep, how we sit, how much supportive posturing we do, like if you stand up, are you always leaning on something, what have you. It's a pretty basic principle. One of the things that I want to dispel first is the myth of stretching out before you work out. That is a myth. It's not something that is necessary. Being warmed up is different than being stretched out. So keep that in mind before you do your stretching. Do your stretching after you work out and on your off days. And it's pretty basic stuff. Most of these things come down to hip flexibility with the squatting, especially with the wide squats and with sumo deadlifting. What you want to think of is side lateral motions. So you're not just doing a forward bend or a backward bend. It's opening up your hips. And actually, one of those things that will help you with this is strengthening your abductor and adductor muscles. So doing band work, utilizing your adductor and abductor muscles is going to help your flexibility, believe it or not. Trying to get down into the splits position, I know that's not going to be something easy or that most people feel comfortable doing or even curious about doing. But at 300 pounds, I can still almost do the full splits. Now, keep in mind, that is also with having 20 years of a martial arts background and being primarily a kicker that entire time. That has carried over to what I do now. But learning how to do the splits is going to be a big thing. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have time, I don't know how to do it right, or what other, pile of horseshit excuses that you have. If you're sitting in front of the TV for 3 hours every night, you've got plenty of fucking time. Get down on the floor, open your legs, let your hips stretch out, and roll your hips while you're sitting in the splits position. Roll your hips, so that you're opening up and loosening them. Then close your legs, not with your hands, but with your leg muscles. Let the blood get back in there for 15 or 20 seconds. Go back down into the splits and try to get a little bit further. Sit there for another couple of minutes. Pull your legs together with your leg muscles. Get the blood back in and repeat this process over and over and over again for about a half an hour. Once you start doing this on a regular basis, you'll notice that your hip flexibility and your hip strength starts to improve. We've all done this in high school sports, which is the side stretch with your legs. You're standing there and you throw your one leg up like a kick, doing the side stretch with your legs. Hurdler stretch is also great. Air squats, which I do a lot of before I start squatting, which is basically taking an Olympic stance and repetitively squatting up and down as far as I can go, which is ass all the way down to the ground and then all the way back up, and doing this for speed. And this usually gets enough blood in my legs and gets me warmed up where I'm going to squat, and I can take pretty decent jumps on my squat weights, so I'm not burning myself out before I get to the bigger weight. Basic stuff. Just look at your basic stretches online. Do these again on your off days or after working out. Your off days especially is going to be more beneficial than any other time. Look at some yoga stretches. Yes, big people can do yoga too. It is very beneficial, and it will help with delayed onset muscle soreness. So keep that in mind before you write that off. Take a look at it. Let me know how it goes for you, and keep the questions coming. So until next time, thanks for coming to the Coach's Desk.